Hey Dreamers, we got to experience the preview of Universal Studios reopening. It was amazing. It was so much fun. What was your favorite part?
I'd have to say going back on the rides, definitely.
Getting back on the rides, I would have to agree with that. It was so much fun to do Despicable Me and get back on Gringotts. What was your favorite, Hunter?
Mine was just the rides and like all the restaurants and getting butterbeer again. Butterbeer was definitely the best.
Butterbeer was amazing. For me, it was really just being back in the middle of the magic. A lot of things were very similar, just like our normal trips to Universal. There were definitely a few things that were different, and that's what today's video is all about. All of the differences that are going on at Universal Studios Islands of Adventure and some for Volcano Bay for the reopening here at Universal Orlando Resort. One of the first big changes is the temperature checks. You will go through a temperature check before you board the Universal transportation at a Universal hotel or in the parking garage before arriving to Universal City Walk. Everyone will be tested. If your temperature is 100.4 or higher, you will be asked to leave. The process of temperature testing is simple and quick. The thermometer is held close to your head to check the temperature. The thermometer never touches your skin. One of the big changes is face coverings or masks. Your nose and mouth must be covered with a mask or a face covering during your visits to the Universal parks. The mask stays on even during rides, including roller coasters. You can remove your face covering to drink and eat, and if you're visiting Volcano Bay, you can remove your mask while you swim. You do still have to wear it when you're walking to lockers, restrooms, or in dining areas. The face coverings can get hot. We recommend taking a break every hour to just remove your mask and drink water. You can click the eye in the sky to learn which face coverings are best in the Florida heat. Universal Orlando does recommend social distancing throughout the parks. They even provide floor markings in areas that may cause clusters of people. This includes security, temperature checks, park entrance, queue lines, shows, restaurants, stores, and more. Before we jump more into our list, we wanted to say hi to our new viewers and thank our dreamers. If you're new to the channel, click that red subscribe button and the notification bell so you are the first to know when we release any new videos. Now back to our list. Before you get on any ride at Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure, a team member will give you hand sanitizer. You will get this right before boarding the ride. This is something that the cruise lines have been doing for years. You always get hand sanitizer before going into the kids clubs or activities or even dining. We are used to getting hand sanitizer and thought this was a great idea for the theme parks. The Universal parks have social distancing throughout the queues, pre-shows, rides, and shows. You can find markings on the floor to keep you 6 feet apart from other guests in the same line. One of the biggest surprises was Despicable Me. The team members had the section in boxes and lines throughout the pre-show to maximize space and still keep guests 6 feet apart. This process was quite impressive. Universal also eliminated some cluster areas like the pre-show and elevator experience in Gringotts. Instead of these pre-shows, you just walk through like a regular line. Many of the pre-shows did still continue like Despicable Me. We even loved the Hogwarts Express from Diagon Alley. We were able to get a video of the kids walking through the 9 3/4 wall. Usually it's too crowded to even get a great picture or video. With the social distancing, we were able to get a fantastic shot. Besides the rides and queues, there are floor markings on the floor in areas with shows. You and your family would find a blue marker and stand or sit to watch the show. This helped keep everyone 6 feet apart. I was thrilled that Universal found a way to continue the shows, and this certainly seemed to work. One of the strangest parts of our day at the Universal Parks was seeing the characters with face coverings. It is out of character, but safety is always a first concern above theming and show. The characters were on platforms, stages, or just standing 6 feet back from the guests with floor markers. The characters were practicing their own social distancing. Universal Orlando does allow you to take off your mask briefly to get a photo with your favorite character. We loved seeing the characters, even though we didn't get a hug from our favorite character. Just seeing them made us happy. Let's talk about the rides. The rides were split between normal walk-up and virtual lines. Universal Orlando added a lot more rides to the virtual line. You can find virtual lines on the Universal app. We love the Universal app. You can download this app to your smartphone. Once you log in, look for the virtual line. In this area, you can reserve a time to ride the attraction. You can also check wait times for other rides. Many of the rides at the Universal Parks were only virtual lines, including Hagrid's, so be sure you add this app to your phone before arriving to Universal. Many of the rides at Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure do not allow bags or purses on the rides. Some rides even require you to go through a metal detector. Universal does provide lockers free of charge to store your items while you're on the ride. The lockers create clusters of people, so Universal implemented procedures to keep social distancing in the locker areas. The longest lines during our visit to the Universal Parks was waiting to get a locker or to get our stuff out of a locker. We recommend having someone in your party just skip the ride and hold all of the items. Makes it a lot easier. If you have any kids, you can also try the child swap. To continue with the social distancing at Universal Orlando, Ollivanders was only available by reservation. Once you arrive to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, stop by Ollivanders to reserve a time. You and your family can come back to Ollivanders at your scheduled time for a private wand experience. You even get to select the family member that would be selected by the wizard. We know that many guests want to be selected for this experience. Here is an opportunity for them to be selected. If you want to learn more tips for Wizarding World of Harry Potter, check out our guide with over 60 pages of insider tips and fun for Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade. You can click the eye in the sky for more information. Let's jump back into our list with one of my favorite tips, mobile ordering. For the reopening at Universal Orlando Resort, many of the food locations have mobile ordering. You can download the Universal Orlando app to your smartphone. You can then order food and even just drinks. Once your food is ready, you stop by the food location and pick it up. For Volcano Bay, you can set up Tapu Tapu for cashless options during your day at the water park. We love mobile ordering. It really does save time and is a great cashless option. A huge difference at the Universal Parks is the signage. There are signs everywhere reminding us of social distancing and the Universal Orlando guidelines. We saw signs in the bathroom, in the stores, outside, on the rides, and even in the restaurants. They are everywhere, just friendly reminders of the guidelines. Throughout the parks, you can find rest areas. These areas are designated with signage. They are spread out with tables and chairs. This is a great place to just take a break, take off your face covering, and hydrate. Universal Orlando did limit capacity throughout the attractions, restaurants, and merchandise stores. This includes entrance into the Universal Parks. We recommend getting to the Universal Parks early to help beat the crowds. Another great option is staying at one of the Universal Orlando hotels. As a Universal Orlando hotel guest, you get admission into Universal Studios 1 hour before the parks open for early park admission. This is a great way to beat crowds and guarantee you get into the parks. If you need some extra guidance on booking your Universal Orlando vacation, click the eye in the sky for more details. Our team of Universal experts are ready to help you. Universal Orlando did a great job. We felt completely safe and cannot wait for another visit.
Thanks so much for joining. Keep on dreaming. Bye.
Love you all.